men are attracted to feminine women. They don't go hand in hand, and they don't go hand in hand with the masculine energy. If that's the case, then he would marry a man. He's not trying to marry a man. Your husband married a woman for the reason that he loves women, not a woman trying to be a man, or not a man trying to be a woman, or whatever the case may be. Assalamu alaikum, peers. It's your coach, Coach Nyla, one of the co-founders of Outstanding Personal Relationships, as well as co-author of the book, Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored. In this video, not that you asked, but I'm going to tell you anyway, we're going to talk about the serious subject, the serious topic of emasculating our husbands. You know, that is a very serious topic because sometimes we can be emasculating them and not even know it. And wondering why our marriage is failing, why there's distance, why connection is lost, and different things like that. So let me give you some tips. Let me also give you what that may actually look like, just in case you find yourself wondering, why is he upset? Why is he stonewalling or not speaking with you or speaking to you, or that you're just not as close as you used to be? It could be that over time he may have started to break down in being able to trust and feel important, feel respected, and feel connected to you because of what we could be doing, or what you could be doing, but just husbands in general, what we could be doing as wives that falls into emasculation of our husband. First off, what does that mean? Emasculating is to not make them feel masculine, not make them feel manly, to the term in the dictionary is like to castrate and everything like that. But when you think about it, when you castrate a man, he is kind of, he's not a full man anymore. He's, less of a man. So, but in the Urban Dictionary, it talks about, to make him more feminine. I don't have the exact the exact definition, but it's on the lines of, allowing him to feel disrespected, less masculine, and more feminine when it comes to how he is reacting or responding to you, because you feel like your masculine energy or your control has to dominate the dynamic or the situation or anything like that. And this is a very serious topic for me, and it's very, very close to home because a number of things with me, and I'm going to be a little transparent. I don't know how transparent I'm going to be in this video, but it's going to be transparent enough because it's really, really hits home to a point that I decided to really seek out assistance in dealing with that type of energy, dealing with masculine energy. As much as I've grown over the years, I still have some deep issues that I realized I needed to, and that I still need to combat, that I still need to get over, that I still need to work on. We'd like to interrupt this video to let you guys know to make sure you are registered for the Women's Polygyny Masterclass. Yes, it's our 4-part Polygyny Masterclass with your coaches, Coach Nyla
and Coach Fatimah.
And we're going to talk about different things in preparing and thriving and growing in polygyny.
Yeah, and your co-wife connection. Everybody asks us, so we're going to go there. We're going to talk about all those things. We really hope you guys join us.
So Make sure you click the link in the description and don't forget to register. We'll see you soon. Now let you get back to the video. And it's really serious. It's really serious. Those who know me, who has followed us from day one, or even follow some of our videos and watch some of the videos, you guys will see and have seen that I talk about being raised, well, being a single mom at a point in time in my life, and being raised by a single mother who was raised by a single mother. So masculine energy was serious, was dominant in how I was raised. And I seen bad relationships, in my, family with my close people who are very close to me. I remember so it was a lot of trauma. One of my cousins, one of my favorite cousins, committed suicide when I was a kid. And she was an adult, but she used to babysit me and watch over me. And the interesting thing is, I realized that she probably was only about maybe 10 years older than me, maybe 10, 11 years older than me, something on the lines of that. Yeah, I think so. And she committed suicide over some trauma, and a lot of it was about due to relationships, due to pain and trauma and hurt in relationships. So just seeing the trauma, seeing what those things did to people, seeing what bad relationships, toxic relationships did to people, it made me grow up wanting to hold my guard up, or having to feel like I had to hold my guard up. I don't know. And I didn't realize that until later on in life. I mean, some of it was intentional. Some of being very guarded was intentional. But living a life of having to do a lot of things on your own, being the oldest of 9 kids and all these other things, it's like you can understand how heavy masculine energy could totally flow through my my body for the most part. And it's not good when you are trying to be in trying to be a wife in a marriage, when you are a wife and being married to a masculine man, period. It's just not. And there are a lot of videos and a lot of things out there to talk about femininity versus masculinity, and masculine men, how they love feminine women, all these other things like that. And it's like, why? Because that's nature. Men are attracted to feminine women. They don't go hand in hand, and they don't go hand in hand with the masculine energy. If that's the case, then he would marry a man. He's not trying to marry a man. Your husband married a woman for the reason that he loves women, not a woman trying to be a man, or not a man trying to be a woman, or whatever the case may be. So the thing is, when that masculine energy comes pouring out, he don't want to deal with that. That's not something he would want to deal with, because he will meet that masculine energy with masculine energy, or he will hold back so much because he loves his wife, because he does not want to hurt her, because he doesn't want to bring that masculine side out, that aggressive side out. Masculinity is aggressive. Masculinity is protective. Masculinity is assertive. That's masculinity. Femininity is soft, is comforting, is alluring, is all these beautiful, soft, wonderful things that complements the masculine energy. So it's really difficult for a masculine man to feel masculine around a masculine woman, or so he will either not deal with it, or it's going to totally take him out of his element. So how are we doing that? Letting them know that we don't need them for anything. When they are trying to make a point, we're interrupting. We are making them feel like they're not good enough, they're not smart enough, they're not enough. They're not enough. they don't know what they're talking about, questioning their actions, what they do consistently. Now, there are going to be times where you're not agreeing, and you can agree to disagree. But there's ways that you can do that as a woman, and I'm stating this as a reminder to myself as well as a lesson to those who are watching this, because I came across some information due to due to my masculine energy kind of overpowering me in certain situations and in a certain situation. And I really had to see what was going on with me because it didn't feel good and it wasn't good. And it just wasn't. And then I looked into certain things. I took different assessments, these different things like that, because I really believe in taking responsibility. I believe in self care, and that also means learning new things. That also means checking yourself. That also means growing and learning and building yourself to be a better you. And I came across that I'm very defensive. I've been like that for as long as I can remember. That doesn't make it okay. I realized that I have unresolved trauma that needs to be taken care of. And just to say, oh, well, I've been through these things or I have trauma and you just have to deal with it, that's not okay. That's another way how we are just, oh, it's all about me. Deal with what deal with it, deal with my energy, deal with my attitude, deal with my stuff. And you find a way to deal with this. You handle this. See, that's masculine energy from a woman. Men shouldn't have to handle a woman. They shouldn't have to go toe to toe with their wife. They should not have to do those things. So finding out, what am I doing? Now, I know a lot of people say, well, he did this and he did it and complain and point fingers and point blame and everything like that. But I realized some things going through the tools and the growth that I've been going through, that there are ways that we can handle things and deal with things on a softer level, on a more feminine level. I'm not saying you have to always be in agreement because we all have different thoughts, feelings, emotions, and things like that. But there are ways to communicate with your husband without belittling him, without making him feel unheard, misunderstood, not cared about, disrespected, those things like that. And I know here we go with this. Well, what about me? And I feel disrespected. What about this? What about? We're not talking about that right now. We understand that there's so many things that we can feel as women. But we're talking about emasculating our husbands. The more we show them that we trust them in their decisions, that we trust that they are not there to harm us. And I'm talking about good men, people. We're not going to sit here and play the game about the bad men and the abusers and stuff like that. We know that they're abused. We're not talking about them. Talking about you have a good man, a good husband, someone who loves you, someone who is trying, someone who has not, forgive me for saying so, popped you upside your head or in the mouth for being slick, for bringing that masculine energy and things like that, because he can hold himself accountable and hold himself back to say, yes, she's bringing me masculine energy. And normally on the streets or normally with a man, this is what will happen. But she's not a man, even though she's bringing this energy to me. That's what I'm talking. I'm saying that these are men that are trying very hard and it's taking away from their masculinity because they have someone that is showing them that they don't respect their thoughts, or they're showing someone, or they're with someone that's showing them that they don't respect their feelings or their thoughts because it's not the same as theirs. However, they want you as the man to respect theirs. but you're not looking to, or you're not willing to do the same thing. It's like, well, I would create hell for him if he decided to do this, or if he got another wife, or if he wanted this, or if he wanted something that is not what I want. Then I would throw a tantrum. I would create hell. I would cause a bunch of problems. Then that is saying that, well, you know what? I want a man that I can control. I don't want a masculine man. So if you don't want a masculine man, then you would demasculate the one, or emasculate the one that you have, or you will get one that's not masculine enough, if that's what you're willing to do. That's what it looks like. Sometimes people don't want to hear it, but it is what it is. We have to be open, and I'm only speaking to those who are willing to listen. Some people are not going to take this kindly. Some people are going to have their issues with it. And that's going to be, yes, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it from a person who has had a lot of masculine energy throughout her life. From women that she's known and who've raised her and grown up with, to having it herself. That's masculine energy talking, that's ego talking, that's all of that. And if you can go inside yourself and say, you know what, sometimes that's what they're dealing with. Those are some things that they have to fix. Those are some things that, maybe if I can be a little bit more understanding, I can try to see if I can help. But I have to work on me. And that's what I had to learn to do. And by doing that, I opened up a lot of I don't know if I would say a lot of information, but just a lot of things that I suppressed, a lot of things that I didn't even realize that I suppressed, that was actually causing issues in my marriage. And not where it was something massively crazy, but it was to me, or if it wasn't massively crazy to my husband, or if it wasn't massively crazy to those who were on the outside looking in, or whatever the case may be, it was because it wasn't the person who I needed to be, and it wasn't the person that I wanted to be, because I wasn't happy with that person. It caused problems of mistrust. It caused problems of insecurity. It caused problems of not feeling good enough. And I had to find out what were my core negative beliefs, because that's what it came down to. And I'm not going to make this video longer than what it is, because it's already gone long, but I'm going to keep this conversation open. And I'm going to do more videos on this, because a lot of it stems from our negative core beliefs. And I'll get more into that on another video. But those are a lot of the reasons why we are emasculating our men and causing drama in our marriage, because of the trauma that we have that has not been addressed and dealt with, and because of negative core beliefs that we hold so close that we don't even know sometimes that we are holding so close, and we have to get to the root of that. And I will, in another video, talk about how to find those core negative beliefs, how to get out of that rut and try to heal from some trauma. I am not going to give no therapy session or anything like that. I'm just going to give you some tips and some resources that can help you to get out of that energy and to possibly have an outstanding marriage. So I hope you got some good information from this video. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It's a serious subject, and a very serious one that we as women, especially Black women, have, we really need to talk about and really need to get down to the nitty gritty of. But until next time, make sure you're growing intentionally, loving fearlessly, and connecting on a higher level every single day. And if you made it this far, because it is a fairly long video, make sure you put stop emasculating. Okay, stop emasculating. And until the next video, I will see you soon, inshallah, God willing. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.
Here are 3 ways outstanding personal relationships can help you.
Make sure you guys are following us on our social medias at Outstanding Personal Relationships on YouTube and Facebook, and on IG at Outstanding Relationships.
And make sure you sign up for our email list. And you can actually email us at support@Outstanding Personal Relationships, where you will get updates on our new book, Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored, as well as exclusive access to our lives and bonuses.
Absolutely. If you're looking for more polygyny education, make sure you visit polygamymasterclass.com. Now, if you're looking for coaching or counseling with either Coach Fatimah or Coach Nyla, you can find them at.
Make sure you visit me at CoachFatimah.com.
And myself at CoachNyla.com.
That's how we can help you. Assalamu alaikum.
Peace.